Hello, 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 hello to everyone in the room. Can you all hear me okay? Just allowing a quiet moment before I really begin to go into things. I hope that everyone has been enjoying the day, that you all have been in good favor and good spirits. Definitely a very bright day, very beautiful day. I don't even feel like I need these. Okay. Um, yeah, it's been a very, very good day, very energy filled. And I just hope that as I said, everything has been well with everyone. I can't even begin to express to you guys my appreciation and everything that has been going on specifically with this channel. Um, I would even say that it has exceeded even my own expectations because I never I never knew what could happen, but I began to just allow things to happen as they began to happen. Hello to everyone that's beginning to filter in the room. Um, I can feel your energies, and it feels great. Honestly, I would say read that little caption. Um, in the chat. I pinned it to the message. This will definitely be more of a personalized experience. As I said in the message, I ask that spirit just keep the energy central to those who are in the room. So definitely the energy is going to feel more familiar. It definitely is going to resonate a little closer. Because it's like there's no point in reading any other energy outside of those who are in the room or who are connected to the channel who will eventually read it or even listen to it rather. Okay, so the room is beginning to fill up. Hello, hello, hello to everyone in the room, especially to the new subscribers. As I said, I thank you guys so much. I see a lot of familiar names and I see a lot of familiar profile photos from those who have been with me since the beginning. It's definitely been a lot of changes. I was literally watching my first video, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks ago, and all I can say is the growth that I personally have seen with myself, as well as feeling the energy that is specifically connected to the channel. To those who continually, repeatedly post things in the comment section, or you email me and letting me know things going on with you, how things are growing, how things are expanding, how things are changing around you. I really appreciate that. Like, it definitely is confirmation, for a person like myself who, in most times, in most spaces, stands alone and just allows those spaces to grow and expand within me. To learn from those spaces, as well as learn from you guys. I honor that. I honor the fact that you consistently come back to me and that you trust me, you pivot, you flow, and you go with me. And that is also appreciated because one thing that I will tell you all is I would never, in any capacity, purposely manipulate an energy, manipulate a space just for my own gain and use that as a tool to weaponize it and bring that back to you guys. I don't do that. I don't see it profiting me. I don't see it profiting you guys. I've seen a lot of channels you guys have expressed to me, a lot of channels that you have watched, that you don't leave fulfilled from, that resonates as well. I remember when I started started out um watching tarot. So you know what, let me get into this because somebody did ask me this question. I'm gonna throughout this live, I'll be answering or reading out a lot of questions. I kind of shortened them so I could fit them on this one page. But I took those questions because it's not a lot of questions. It's I think it's like nine. But anywho, um, so one of the questions was like, how did I really get into tarot? So very interesting. I was dating someone that just like asked me, did I watch it? And I was like, no, I've never watched it. You know, I've heard about it. I've been approached about it. Approached to solicit, like, oh, you know, they'll tell me something. They were accurate. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I was just like, how the hell did she know that? Like that's wild. But she felt something. She spoke to me. It resonated, but it didn't resonate enough for me to like really like, hey, let me schedule a personal reading with you guys. For those of you all who have entered into the room, I'm going to get into tarot as well, but this is just like a celebration live read. I kind of wrote down some things. I'm going to kind of flow with it, but I'm also going to let Spirit the Divine does what you do. That's my homeboy. So you know, I trust that judgment. So I'm gonna flow. I'm gonna flow with that. So how did I get into tarot? How did I discover tarot? Dating scenario. Somebody asked me, hey, you know, have you ever watched tarot on YouTube? I'm like, no. I was like, I've heard of it, but like I said, like it didn't interest me enough to get like a personal reading. Um, so you know, further like years, you know, years later, like I ended up watching a video. Of course, like I've spoken lightly about this, but I ended up watching my sister Blue, and like it resonated so much with me. I was like, you know, let me follow her. Like there, it was something very familiar just about the energy in itself that I was just like, okay, this feels new to me, but it also feels familiar to me as well. So furthermore, like maybe like I want to say like maybe like 2 weeks of watching her with a lot with maybe like one or two other tarot readers. One of those readers being Lynn, Lynn the goat, like Lynn. So Lynn and Blue. So anywho, I would say maybe like 2 or 3 weeks later, something struck up in me and was just like, you can do that. Like you you can do that. And the curious me, I've always been curious about esoterics. I've also been curious about things of a spiritual nature. I've read the Kabbalion quite a few times, so energies, vibration, polarity, like all of those things. I've read part of the Torah, respect to um, that culture and that religion. I've read the Quran. Of course, I read the Bible, that being central to the beginning of my spirituality. But there was something familiar, like about the tarot. Like it was something that really drew it to me, and I was just like, okay. So I ordered like the traditional Rider Waite, you know, tarot deck. I familiarized myself with the deck, so I taught myself tarot. I bought a book and I read the book, like I read it throughout. Then I started because this will also answer another question. Someone asked, I want to start a channel, but I am afraid. How did you get comfortable being in front of the front of the camera? I'm still not comfortable in front of the camera. I just do me. I just like with no fear. I feel like being scared is a natural reaction. Like I don't fear it. I'm not in fear of it. Sometimes when I start recording, like I'll record, I don't record and then start. Like I'll record and I'll just start, you know, pre-shuffling, reading the energy, getting familiar with the energy. I'll take a deep breath and I'll just go with it. And I just been going with it ever since. So every day, every video that you all see, it all begins the same. I cut out the parts you don't need to see that aren't relevant, but I just go. And it's have no fear. Be scared. Be scared. Feel what you need to feel, but do what you are supposed to do is what that is about. I feel like your first few runs, you're gonna hate it. You are gonna hate it, and that is okay. Learn from it. Continue to grow. Continue to develop. Continue to do. Uh, I I watch tarot not to honestly not to even read to see if it resonates with my energy. I listen to tarot because there's a comfort in something that I can relate to, something that's familiar to me, something that I can speak on. I've learned a lot through other readers about their perspective, about what that can do, and I ask myself, how does that resonate with me? I pull in energies that I need to pull. Anything I don't want, I get rid of it. Like that's a thing with me. I honor a space. I wanted to create a space where people could come with no judgments, where they could feel that they are protected, where they can feel that they are safe. And that's not me saying, "Oh, I'm showering over you, I'm watching you, and I'm trying." Because like really, like the only person who can really truly secure your safety is you. But like I feel like people should be able to come to a public space, say what they need to say, and if there is an opinion that speaks in juxtaposition to that, it's okay because I believe in different perspectives. I believe in people having their different approaches to things. I honor that and respect that, but that doesn't mean that you need to get disrespectful or take your opinion as the only one that matters. I believe that if we are mature, grown adults, as we say we are, we should be able to commune in a space where we're able to respect other people's perspectives and honor that. If there's somebody who feels that they want to come into opposition with that, excuse my language, but I am that motherfucker who will check you. I am not a passive spiritualist. I'm going to be who I need to be in whatever space that is. And if I feel like anybody is coming in opposition against that, I'm going to check you. And if you feel like you want to leave after you've been checked, because me checking you is not me saying you need to exit stage left. Me checking you is you need to get your shit in order if you are going to stay in this space, because this is a space of edification. This is a space where people can come in, say what they need to say, you feel respected in that space, and you get your opinion out. It's a very vulnerable space. And I want you all to know I honor all of your comments, I honor your likes, I honor you all's emails, because it is a very vulnerable space to come into a public space and comment something as "I've been abused." No, I'm going to say this. I have not been physically abused. It will never happen. It will never happen. Um, it will never happen. I honor those who have gone through that. I honor that story because it's a spirit, it's an experience of trauma. It doesn't matter what kind of trauma it is. Trauma is trauma, and it has an adverse reflection and effect on every individual. Some persons their experience will be the same, and then there's everybody who will have a different individual experience. I honor all those spaces because let me tell you something. Doing these readings, I deal with some very interesting energies. I'm able to stay calm and I'm able to remain in a space where you guys see me. No, it is not a facade. It is not something that goes, oh, let me push record and then let me become this person. No, I'm this person outside of this experience, but I'm also that person who will beat your ass. I'm just saying, if we're gonna be real, we're gonna be real. I'm also that kind of person too. I don't do well with disrespect. I will correct you if you don't know what's disrespectful to me. But if I explain what's disrespectful to me to you and you go adversely to that, you can't be in control of my reaction to that afterwards. Because I acted first, now I'm going to react to your action. And I'm just saying, so yes, that's also the spectrum of the Pisces. Yes, we cool, but we will also beat your ass, okay? We know that we can. We know the consequences behind that. We will try to correct it, okay? But disrespect, we're not gonna do that. Okay. Hi, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome back. Um, I honor you all. I appreciate you all. I respect you all. So, let's get into this thing. What I first would like to do, because most energies I feel are what I would call otherworldly or astroplanish, where you get the adverse effect of the physical nature in spiritual form as you sleep or when you are passively unaware. I get those kind of energies, energies of stories of things that people are aspiring to go to. At this present time, I'm getting more of a sense of Christ consciousness. You hit ring the alarm. I'm telling y'all, every time I come here, there's a sense of I feel help being on the way. I feel like every day help is on the way. I feel like every day when somebody feels like there's some form of trouble, help is on the way. I feel like even when you feel like help isn't on the way, there's almost something in your passive body and some sort of time clock that knows that whenever trouble happens, you know that you're going to hear some form of siren to let you know that help is on the way. That's just a channel message, real quick. I'm feeling more, like I was saying, I feel more of a sense of Christ consciousness at this present time. I will say that to those who are not familiar with that or who alternative practices or anything like that, my suggestion at this present time is to just listen and receive the information. This is not me projecting any religion or any form of class on you because you're going to begin to discover that I am very multifaceted and I'm the type of individual where I could study one thing, but I can hear something in a different religion, a different culture, a different ethnic group, and it resonate, and I pull that energy in, and I on take it because that helps me become more familiar. Because no, like if you are not, and this is just me speaking directly to me, if you are not a black person, if you are not African American, any culture that is derivative of that nature, no, you will not fully and truly understand any experience, even if I told you, because you will never experience what we have experienced. I can say the same thing about any other race. There's things in other cultures and different classes that I will never experience, but there's a need to just listen because there's something in them that's trying to help you resonate with them, to help you connect with them, because that's what it's really about. It's about the flow of energy. So what I'm feeling is a Christ consciousness, and more specifically, are y'all ready? Is it okay if I go Bible? If it's okay if I can go biblical, okay? Just put yes in the comments section real quick. Um, as I said, I honor all of those things, but I feel definitely feel more at this present time a sense of Christ consciousness. I have some oracle cards here too, so we're gonna get some confirmation after I go through this real quick. All I needed was one. Thank you so much. Okay, so listen. What I'm feeling more so at this present time, and you all know we just passed what they call Resurrection Sunday, and that Resurrection Sunday, that was the profound story of Jesus Christ going to the cross and burying himself, out there for the world to see, for us, for our sins, is what the Bible says. Okay, in the particular story, this just excites me. This is just a happy place for me because this reminds me of my grandmother, who passed in 2022, October. Um, some of you all know, some of you all don't know, but I speak of her so much because, how people are like, oh, to be absent from the body is to be present from the Lord, and I'll always be right here if you need me. I really understand that as an adult. And now, after have experienced what people would consider mourning, I've never gotten the sadness from mourning because I guess my perspective of it is completely different, and I thank God for that, honestly. But I speak of her because it was through her I learned Christ consciousness. That's where the excitability of spirit came in. But there was always this other part of me that remained hidden because that part of it sat at the top pillar. That was the part of myself that I honored the most because it was the most familiar to me. But in the Bible, in that particular story, there's this moment where Jesus goes into the Garden of Gethsemane, right? Okay. And alongside with him, he took, I believe it was Peter and two of Zebedee, I think it was, Zebedee's sons. But there's a sense of when you know that something is your destiny, and when there's something that you know is specifically meant for just for you, no matter who you trust, no matter who's always been there with you your entire life, no matter who you are deeply bonded with, no matter who you are deeply connected to, they will never understand that experience because that experience is solely meant for you. That experience is solely yours. So Jesus asked them to come with him, right? To just watch over, to pray, to keep me up in prayer because my soul is troubled because of this thing that I have to do. Do you all understand the gravity? This is what I imagine Jesus is saying to them if he really was saying it to him, if I was in that moment. Do you all understand the gravity, the magnitude of what has been presented as my destiny, as my path, the thing that I know? See, let me help y'all understand something. There's a form of also surrender here, and you all will see that as I continue through this real quick. There's a need that surrender. Because let me help you understand something. If he wanted to come down from that cross, if he wanted to give it all up, if he wanted to surrender it all and go the opposite way and say, that ain't my problem, because guess what? That was not his problem. There's something about you having the power, okay, to be able to change a situation. Because let me help y'all understand something. Surrender is it's a willing thing. He wasn't held hostage to it. It was not something that he was supposed to do. Okay? He didn't have to do, excuse me. He didn't have to do it. The reason why there was a form of needing to come down to earth in order to be able to do something, in order to be able to understand, because I can imagine, and this is just my imagination, I can imagine because he was spirit before he was body. Okay, so let's go with the spirit portion before the body portion, because to be in spirit is a knowing. There's always an awareness, even if you know that the time it hasn't happened yet. There is always an awareness that something is about to happen. Okay, so if I could rewind, this is just my perspective. If I could rewind and we go to Jesus in divinity before he came down, I could imagine him having a conversation with himself saying, why is there this willingness to go down and change the course of how these people, how they approach something? Because if something continues in the way that it's going, there's not going to be enough access in order to get to God the way these people, the way I know these people will be able to get to God. I feel like in order to understand these people, because I've never been a body, I've never been in I've never experienced that. In order to experience why I have to do what I have to do, I have to become it. There's a sense of death and rebirth. There's a sense of needing to change your form in order to understand something. I'm also feeling hermit and hangman. There's a sense of an approach, a change of perspective that needs to happen with what you feel is destined to do. Because there's this knowing that you have to do it, but how do I execute it? How do I understand it? I feel like Jesus coming down in order to actually do it before he had to do it, having that humanistic experience, being flesh, if you cut me, I'm going to bleed. No matter how powerful he is still in human form. He is just as vulnerable to the things we are if it happened to us. So there was a having to experience it, because him going to the cross was an experience. Okay. So he was in the garden, right? Okay. I am feeling the weight of what I have to do because it troubles me. I have an empty cup that needs to be filled. But I looked into the cup that my father had filled, and what I see troubles me. It troubles me. But also, what I have to do troubles me as well. I was scared. This scares me. I don't fear it. And that's what I'm saying. Fear? No. No. If I gave into fear, then this is me going back into personal. If I gave into fear, you all would not see me on these videos. I'll be chilling somewhere. Like, I'll be chilling. I am opening up myself daily to comments, whether they happen or not. I will defend myself on the ground that I stand on. And as I said, if it speaks in juxtaposition to where I feel the course and the trajectory of what the divine or what I feel spirit is leading us in, and I'm supposed to be the garner of a channel with over 2,500 people, whether people continually view or not, I'm going to protect that space. Because, as I said, in order to understand something, you have to become it. Before I became this person who really harvested this channel, I was in tarot. Tarot, in a sense, became my life. I began to see it in a way that's I feel that is perpetuated in media very dangerously. It's very dangerous. And then you have people who will say, "Oh God, they spoke against tarot in the Bible." No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They spoke on kings going to see tarot readers to see about the future, and they told them. They did what was asked of them. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. I feel like there needs to be a change of perspective. And if I happen to be one of those people who will be put on the front line to do that, I'll do it. But anyway, okay. Hopefully you all are following me. I know it's a lot, but hopefully you all are following me. Okay, so let's get back. So he in the garden, on his knees, praying to his father, "If it be your will, let this cup, the one that's empty, is there another way? Is there is there another way that we can do this? Does it have to be my blood?" Because it's something very specific about your blood. It's something very specific about you. It's something very specific about the things you have to do. There is this significance with your blood, your bloodline, your stamp, your identity. And that's why it's important for introspection to happen. People be tripping. You better thank God for your dark night of the souls. Yeah, that shit is treacherous when it happens. Yeah. You be like, "Oh my God. Like, what the hell? I just want to just gouge my eyeballs out, like with the stuff that I see when I sleep." Like, anywho, but how powerful do you feel after that energy settles and you've dealt with those things that you needed to deal with? Jesus was dealing with some stuff. Let's make it clear. Jesus was dealing with some stuff. He was dealing with some stuff. And he got down in the garden, and for a second, he acknowledged the fact that he was scared. He said, "If it be your will, let this cup pass from me." He didn't hear nothing. Okay? He woke up. He stopped praying for a second. He saw that the people he asked to watch with him, they were asleep. There's something about people not As I said, no matter how close to you they are, no matter what it is, there's something about people that can't be exposed to what's yours. There's very profound, as I'll even say liquidity, because yeah, there's a value in it. There's very, very fond liquidity in what happens when you sleep. I pause for a second. They fell asleep. Can I be real? I'm gonna be real, because as I said, like I'm real. Me and God, we'll just talk later. I can imagine if God was just an everyday normal human being and he asked you to do, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If I was with Jesus and I saw this man do miraculous things and I saw him do all the stuff that he do, let me tell you something. Anything that this man told me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say a mumbling word. If he says stand on your head upside down, put your toenail, I'm going to find a way to be able to do that. And if I can't do it, I'm going to try to do it. I want him to see the effort, because I'm going to try to do it. I'm not going to pose it. This is Jesus. This man turned water into wine. How do you feed thousands with a few loaves and some fish? Why would I go and this man has looked out for me? Could could you imagine being there? If you could put yourself there, could you imagine yourself being there and seeing all this stuff that this man has done before he got into this garden? He had a very, very vulnerable moment. He said, can y'all watch my back? Can y'all have my back for a moment? Because I'm vulnerable. There's something about you being in your vulnerability, and even though you ask people to watch your back, they're not going to be able to watch your back. There has to be a form of faith that is so strong with you that you are secure in yourself that nothing will happen to you even when you close your eyes. There's a very fine significance in what happens when you sleep. Okay, I feel like I'm preaching on today. Okay, so let's carry on. He heard nothing. Okay, he said, y'all couldn't even watch with me for a moment. No matter who you bring with you, no matter who is there with you, they will not be able to handle or understand or phantom the thing that you have to do, because they are not the ones that are doing it. And that's why I check people. Jesus did it. He just did it. Like he said, bruh, I can imagine. He'd be like, the fuck? Like, y'all couldn't watch with me for a minute? After all the stuff I've done for y'all, y'all couldn't even watch for a second when I just needed a moment to watch for myself? Which brings me to one of the questions that somebody asked me. How do you stay positive and humbled and ignore the bullshit? Okay. And then also, I'm going to couple that with the question of how do I what is your go-to when you need to decompress? So, two questions. How do you stay positive and humble and ignore bullshit? And what is your go-to when you need to decompress? Okay. How do I stay positive and ignore the bullshit? I don't ignore the bullshit. I don't ignore it. I get up. I address it head on. I know how to do this as a dignified, mature individual, but I address the bullshit because I ain't got time for the bullshit. So I ask the question, do we want to act as civilized individuals, or do we want to deal with the bullshit as the bullshit? Because I know how to do both. I'm with the shits. That's what I tell people. I'm with the shits. I am mutable. And that's what I tell people Pisces all day long. Let me tell you something about Pisces. We with the shits. I am a very peaceful. My composure. Who I am as an individual is very peaceful. But let me tell you something. This peace cost me. I can't even give you a measure. I cannot give you an amount what this peace cost me. But every single day, this peace costs me. I will be damned if I let anybody change that up on me. I will be damned. I will be damned also if I succumb to something I tell y'all not to succumb to. I don't care what the outcome is. I'm going to defend myself at all costs. I am with the shits. And that's why I tell people, could you imagine having done so many things? And no, not using it against them, but could you imagine doing so many different things for so many people? And y'all, you tell them, hey, could you watch this for us? I just need to pray. Like, I need to pray. I need to pray to somebody who could possibly change the situation. I know you can do it, but will you do it? Can you do it for me? Will you do it for me? I need to pray to my father. I need to pray to him just like y'all will pray to him. I need to connect to something that connects me to y'all, to keep me, to stop me from doing what I know I need to do, is what that was. He had a moment where I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. How many of you have moments like that? I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. This is people be talking. Read the Bible for real. Like, read it for real and really take it in. I don't want to do it. Is there another way? Does it have to cost me my life? Moment of silence, because that's a I'm sorry. Does it have to cost so much? That's a heavy price to pay. And I'll be honest. Sometimes that's how I feel. Every day. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But then I can imagine, just as Jesus did. But what is the cost of me not doing it? What if I don't do it? Because he had to have that moment too. Because you have to have something to stop you from jumping off the cliff. And I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for being emotional, because it's a lot of energy. But I tell people every single day, this life is real. And it's not some small thing for me to now get in front of what would be, if we put a number to it, almost 2,600 people, and to do this thing that I know will cost me more if I don't do it than it would if I did do it. Because if I do it, it don't cost me anything. Somebody asked me another question. Why just Pisces? It's not. It's not. Because for me, this is my perspective behind it. Pisces is everything. I am also a Pisces sun. I also have the other various Pisces placements in my chart. My Venus, um, is in Pisces. People be tripping. And no, I'm not like, oh, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. As I said, I'm going to defend myself at all costs in every aspect. And that's even against any other zodiac sign. And I have many of you all. I have all of you all's placements. That's why I understand you all as well as the way I do. Nothing is hidden from me. We come, as I like to call it, we come from the land of illusion. Lie is attracted to us because we will reveal it. I'll tell that story forever. People like, I've never heard a perspective like that. I've never heard a perspective like that either. It comes within. As I said, I allow myself to be a channel. Lie is attracted to us. That's why nothing ever is hidden. That's why you have them nudges that be like, he lying. He lying. He lying. But see, but anyway, this is why I allow myself to pivot. Like I said, I'm sorry. Man, let me tell you something. I respect the Bible. And this is why I respect the Bible. I respect the Bible because I really read it. Okay? I really read it, and I examined it, and I pulled those stories that were most significant, and I studied them and kept them close to me. Out of all of the Jesus journey and like all of that, this is the one for me that really stuck out because it's like I'm like, okay, so let's go my perspective. I'm like, bruh, why are you praying to God? And respect, pray to God, pray to God, okay? But why are you praying to God? You can do what you want to do. You come from divinity. You have the power of a legion of angels. Like you can stop them. But it's something about your will being done that isn't yours because your destiny is not yours. Believe it or not, your destiny is not about you. You are the one doing it, you are the one executing it, but your destiny is not about you. It's not. It's not. I honor that. I honor the fact and this is why I respect it. I honor the fact that Jesus came down from divinity, from a place where he didn't have to do it, didn't have to do it. But he came down from divinity and he had a humanistic experience. And he put himself in a space that he didn't have to put himself in. He had his flesh torn from his body. So he experienced physical pain. To experience pain is to experience pain. But what do you do with it? How do you couple it? I can imagine him having the flesh torn from his body. But if I don't do it for this person, if I don't do it for that person, if I don't do it, oh God, I want to give up. Ooh, if you lash me one more time, bruh, I can imagine. Could you imagine sitting there and having to take that until they stopped? Nobody else got lashed like that. Let's be clear. Nobody else got lashed like that. It was standard whips. His whips had metal things that grabbed and tore into the body. Some of you all can resonate with that. But I'm going to pull these oracles because that's where it's telling me to go now. And I'll get back to these questions a little later. Hopefully, you all are in this space where you all are enjoying yourselves at this present time, that you are gaining some information, because I'm more informational than I am that I am anything else. I thank you all for being so willing to trust me in your most vulnerable spaces. I don't take that energy lightly as well. I also thank you all for allowing me to be me. I respect that. I'm gonna be me regardless, but I thank you all for allowing that, because I feel like a lot of who I am resonates through you all as well. Because I have moments where I'm sick of certain types of energy, and I'll have my outburst, and I'll do all that other stuff. But let's see what this energy is surrounding us. There's this energy of surrender. And like I feel like we just need to surrender to blessings. We need to surrender to the fact that help is on the way. That when the help does come, that we don't stop the help from doing what it's supposed to do. There's something here about allowing the people who are specialized to do what they do. You are not specialized. You are not a doctor. You are not any of those things. It's something about being receptive to the help when it gets there. Somebody gonna be stubborn and you gonna try to do it anyway. Sit your ass down and just let the people do what they do. Pisces, please let the people do what they do. Y'all so stubborn sometimes, Lord. Spirit, what messages do you have for us? Okay, we have two. Let's see. I'm going to show you. That's so funny. We talk about help being on the way. Then we have here number 37, the heart transmission. I'm getting the 10 of cups energy here. When you round up the 7 to the 10, there's something here about someone really truly being prayerful and really being understanding a little more forgiving, a little more grace with what your wish fulfillments and your desires are concerning things in your heart space. There's also something here about you changing the reflection of your heart and what kind of light with your heart you want to extend. While I feel like most people are extending red energy that is symbolic of action or power, I'm feeling right now your heart is more in a blue space, not of being cold, but of you in a space where you're retaining your information. You are changing the temperature and the degree of your heart to preserve your heart for who it belongs to. There's a sense of you knowing when you need to open up your heart, and it's almost like when your heart is beginning to melt, you will almost get weak to your knees, is what I'm feeling. There's a need for receptivity to happen in some heart space because at some point right now, somebody has closed up their heart. When a heart transmission begins to happen, you have to open up your chest first. And this is not some simple feat. From what I hear, you have to break the rib cage open in order to expose the heart. There's something here about somebody needing to open up their heart to be receptive to change. Okay? My goodness. Open your heart up, please. Open your heart. Okay, we have here, I'm gonna cover her breasticle, excuse me. We have here seventh ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. We speak of Jesus being in a garden and of him having a moment where he is in some form of prayer. Prayer here is very significant. There's this need to surrender and give up your way. I'm feeling judgment here. I'm feeling a reawakening to who you really are. And in order to become that, you need to surrender and be receptive to some energy that wants to bestow itself on you. From what I'm hearing is some energy has always been around you and it's been surrounding you, but you have not been receptive to owning that energy because there's something here about you ignoring it because of some form of trauma that you've experienced in your life here. I'm feeling like in order to overcome this trauma, to take power over this trauma, because there's something here that is saying this trauma with you will always be with you, but you have to be the one to control it, to overtake some power over. I'm feeling emperor energy here. There's some sense of you needing to obtain the power that you have had around you all along. This power was around you to experience the trauma that you also experienced. It will also teach you how to tame that trauma, is what I'm feeling. Okay. Hopefully that resonated. That was a lot. Okay. Let's see. One more spirit. I'm feeling one more, and then we'll get into some tarot. Spirit, what other messages do you have for us here? Okay. So, third ray of light, excuse me, third ray of creative intelligence. Third ray of creative intelligence. We spoke about transformation. We spoke about the death and the rebirth. Here we have butterflies. We all know that butterflies are symbolic of change and transformation. There's something here about you needing to break out of the shell. You have grown too big to continue to succumb to a space that you are bigger than, is what I'm feeling. I also feel like you have the body, you have the power in order to break out of whatever barrier that has you bound. There's also this needing to expose yourself, allowing yourself to be free. But as I said, this journey of becoming the butterfly is no easy journey. Can we talk about how it feels to be having to surrender? Here we are again. Surrender seems to be the theme of this space. In order to become the butterfly, the caterpillar has to succumb and surrender to the change. If the caterpillar does not surrender to the change, it will stay a caterpillar and it will die a caterpillar when your destiny is so much bigger than where you are at this present moment. There's something about you surrendering to something that is uncomfortable for you right now that is meant to stabilize and expand you. There's something here about you, about the hangman, voluntarily putting yourself in a position that can change you. Some form of introspection that you need to allow yourself to see. Because if you don't see yourself from this particular angle, you won't understand what the change is. You also won't be in the right condition as well. Something about being needing to be downright before you are upright. There's something also here about you needing to be down before you go up. You can't go up before you go down. Okay, so anyway, before the butterfly, it's restricted to this space where it cannot move. This is something that it has voluntarily exposed itself to because it knows that if it doesn't go through this, it will never become the butterfly. I will never meet my destiny. Some people don't always meet it to their destiny because they are not in the right conditions. They haven't built their cocoon in the right capacity or in the right space. So they don't make it through the transition because in a sense they gave up. They gave up on looking for the right space in order to be tempered in a space where you can be conditioned to the change. There's something up here about different seasons happening while you sleep. There's something about different changes also happening while you sleep. There's something here also about work being done and you having to do nothing. I'm feeling Seven of Pentacles energy here as well. In order to become a fruit, you have to first be a seed. Is also what I'm feeling. There's also a sense about you when all of this change happens. When people see this, they'll only see the beauty. They won't see the struggle, is what I'm feeling from all of this. Okay. That's some very powerful energy. Something is about to change is also what I'm feeling. I'm feeling some sense of change beginning to happen. We talk about the hermit, and here the hermit is at the bottom of the deck. I want to let you all know I am not playing, okay? This is very strong energy because it's definitely very central to the people in this room. I want to let you all know, just like I said in that caption, if you want your energy to resonate, because it's resonating, but if you want me to feel that energy, type that little mantra, that little motto that I asked you to type about your energy into the caption, and watch how much this changes. Watch how much it resonates. I asked the divine to send us a message about what all this channel business is about. I want to let you all know this is a very vulnerable space for me. Very, very vulnerable space for me. I feel a lot of weight, and I feel a lot of great emotion from this. I'm never in tarot have I ever allowed my energy to even be read or touched by myself. But I feel that this is bigger than me, because there are a lot of energies that are connected to me. Anything in grace that you all have extended to me, any compliment, anything that you all have said to me, I've read it. And I honor everything that you all have ever said to me. Even the bad stuff. Cause let me tell you something. Somebody said something, I ain't gonna tell you what it is. But somebody said something to me one time, I was just like, damn, do I really say that? Do I really say that? Like, I started watching videos and I'm just like, damn, I did say that. So I thank you for that. Like, if you do it in grace and you do it in jest, I honor it. Like, those corrections have made monumental differences. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Okay, y'all. This is that scared thing. You see? I'm gonna do it anyway. But this is that scared thing that I was talking to you all about. I see God doing amazing things for us. I see that. But I ask in a very humbling way, you know? I ask in a very humbling way. I reveal truths. Reveal all things that can help us, not just me, that can help us through this channel, through tarot. Because I believe in edification. That's why y'all, let me tell y'all something. And then I'm gonna get into this, I promise. Yeah, I could tap into all of that, like the dramatics of baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, and this person sleeping with that person, and like, I will let all of those other readers who do that on a regular basis and who want to tap into that treacherous ass energy for the views and like all that other stuff, and I'll let them have that. Like, you can have it, work that thing out, because that's a thing that I don't want to work out. I feel like, go work that out on your own, because like I feel like people allow themselves into some spaces where they know that there's better that's nudging on them, and they continue to stay in those spaces. So if you that type of person, go back to where you came from, bruh, sis. I love you. I love you. I love you with only the love that God could give, but I ain't dealing with that. Go. So I bind and rebuke all of that energy. I can do without that. I'll let all of those other readers who want to be receptive to that type of energy, because that energy is heavy, okay? I will let them do that. And just like my sis said, those are the videos that get the most views and like all other stuff, because people like drama. Listen, let me tell you something. There's gonna come a point in time, yes, I'm saying it. There's going to come a point in time where there's going to be a need for something more than that. There's going to be a need for something more than that. Because that energy, honestly, you ain't going to get nothing. It's low vibrational as fuck. And y'all know I don't normally talk about that low vibrational stuff. It's low vibrational as all hell. And I can't do anything about it. If you and respect, you know, you all tell me your stories in a different way. I ain't reading that energy. You all get the message and it resonates in the way that it resonates. That's why I read in the way that I do. I don't do all that, oh, it's this zodiac sign and this zodiac. You all would determine whoever is, okay? But let me tell you something. I ain't getting into that energy. I ain't doing that. Not doing it. Spirit. This message of needing to surrender, this needing to change, succumbing. What does this message have to do with the soul tribe? Nine of Swords. Okay. Page of Wands. Hanged Man. Okay. And the Ace of Cups. Let me tell you. Yikes! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. This is why I didn't want to do it. There's a message here. There's a message here of just a lot of people in need of help. There's a message here of I can't even get it out. There's a message here. Okay, wait, give me 1 second. Okay, because I can't even see. Okay. There's a message here about the trajectory and the course of people's lives being changed because of the perspective of love that is being offered. The new form of love. I got to show you all this. I did nothing. Y'all saw me put the deck down. The Nine of Cups is here. There's something here about being connected to people who have the ability to be able to change some form of sadness and some form of trauma into something that can become very meaningful. That, yikes. Somebody here knows how to alchemize energy. I feel the temperance here as well. But there's a message of the nine, like, listen to me. The Nine of Swords, traumas, nightmares, insomnia, things that will plague you, things that would cause you severe trouble and trauma. There's something here about being able to look to somebody who can help you actually change your perspective on what you view as meaningful again. What? Seven of Swords in reverse. There's somebody here who is breaking out of cycles of lie, out of cycles of deceit, deceptive behavior. There's something here about you also being able to recognize those things in you that you kept hidden. There's something here also about you being able to connect to a community of people that you find some form of continuity with, that you allow your energy to flow with as well. People that you don't even know that have also helped you change the course of things involving you, because your perspective on things have also changed because of connecting yourselves to these people. There's something about you being able to reveal lies or being able to see things now because you've opened yourself up to something that gives you forward movement. We have here the Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Wands. There's something here about taking all of those things that people really meant harm for you, being able to take those things and being able to do something with it with the Two of Wands, because we're talking about power, we're talking about fire. In order to be able to make a pentacle, you have to have fire in order to give it the shape that it needs to have. There's something here about you executing in some form of nature of fashion that you'll be able to show people that you are no longer a clown, you are no longer a fool, and you will do what you have to do, which is necessary in order to prove yourself worthy to the divine and what it is you said you would do for yourself. There's something here about being able to take something so small and what people would consider so insignificant and being able to make something and hold it in the palm of your hand. There's something here about having the whole world in your hand. And there's something here also about people being able to see you make opportunities out of things that really stood in a juxtaposition to what they were intended to do for you. There's very fine significance in you letting yourself go. There's very fine significance also here in you realizing the power and the potential into which you hold. There's something here about you being able to hold something in the palm of your hand. What else? Something is also not as big as it seems. We have the Four of Swords as well. There's something here about things happening in your sleep. That's the same thing that we've been talking about. I feel like some transformation and also some changes happen when you rest, when you meditate, when you contemplate. There's also something here about you needing to connect to nature, specifically when the sun is getting ready to go down. There's something here specifically about 6 p.m. as well. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing West Coast. I believe that's West Coast. What else? There's also something coming in from the West. I know sometimes people be like, look to your right. No, something is saying look to your left. There's very fine significance about looking to your left. We have the Emperor. Changes are happening when you sleep. There's something about you stepping into some power. Something about you stepping into some form of success overnight, okay? That's very, 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 this is the absolute change. This is the everything in the deck, okay? There's very fine significance about changing what people really meant harmful for you. And not only changing it into something, you changed it into it. You changed it into the thing. I'm hearing all power in your hand, okay? That is, in this deck, that is all power in your hand. What else, Spirit? 8 of Pentacles. Something is always changing. Something is working for you is also what I'm hearing. Some form of stepping into your power. Some form of confidence as well is what I'm hearing is working for you, even if you don't know it is working for you. Someone has been working on what they view as their confidence. Someone has also been working on how you present yourself to the world, because there's something about you coming ready. Something about you being invited, you being ready for the scene. There's something here about you slaying the game as well, as only an emperor knows how to do. Okay? Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. We have 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups. There's something here also about you going in order, your steps being ordered. Something being about you being in the right place at the right time. Somebody needs to be the fuck on time. I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, I'm always late and like all that other stuff. You better be early. To be on time is to be late, and to be early is to be on time. There's something here about you being on time. If you ain't on time, hear me and hear me clearly, you're going to be mad as fuck. Excuse my language, and like, you're going to be mad. You not being on time is going to cause you to miss out on an opportunity that can change your life. Some of you all have been praying for opportunities that can change your life. It's no longer hidden. That's what I'm hearing. It's no longer hidden. It's ready and available for you when you get your ass on time. What else? Four of Cups. Really? Why the Four of Cups? Three of Wands? What are you wait? Okay, so Spirit, is this Four of Cups Pisces, Spirit? It's the Magician. They not revealing themselves. Somebody that you are connected to is in an energy of they're waiting for you to return. They're waiting for you to come back to them is what I'm hearing. Somebody thought that you would always come back to them to tell them about what you have found. Somebody got a song like that. Labyrinth. Labyrinth has a song like that. You're gone, Pisces. But somebody in your energy always thought you would come back to them and tell you about. Y'all need to listen to that song. That song right there. Even if it's not you that's in Labyrinth's position, the stuff that he's talking about in that song. But essentially, he's pretty much saying, I always thought you would come back to me and tell me what you found. Like, there's somebody here who thought that you would come back after you've manifested some sort of destiny or discovered something about yourself. Somebody thought after some changes, there we go. Somebody thought after some change, because the Magician is now on the third ray of creative intelligence. There's something here about something that you've manifested, some sort of change that you've made. Somebody thought that you would always come back to them and share with them what you have created, what you have manifested. I feel like somebody also fed off your creative intelligence. Something is telling me, let's take a deep dive. Let's take a deep dive. There's something here about this. There we go. So bad karma. And this is somebody who's trying to force. Somebody's trying to project. Somebody's trying to project. Spirit, what is this? Obsessive lover, running, as well as too busy winning. Let me tell you something. Unbothered at the bottom of the deck. Too busy and unbothered and running. So honestly, Pisces, are you running? No. But what I feel like with running, your trajectory is on too busy winning because you are unbothered. There's something here about this magician who consistently comes up, and no, I'm not about to dive into this energy, about to move his ass off to the side. But there's a sense of change, reawakening to things that are important to you. There's also a sense of something returning to you as well with this Three of Wands. I feel like some creative nature, something that was intended to benefit you, is about to return to you because you have allowed your space to be emptied. There's something here about an empty space that has been opened after being broken. There's also something here about when that thing was broken, it took flight and flew off away from you and went to where it was intended to go. There's something here also about breaking free, allowing your creative nature to also break free, and then also inspire change within those who are connected to you. There are finally some people who are going to see you because they really broke you. There is something here about you being broken that really truly sets you free, is what I'm feeling. Beauty happens in the cracks is also what I'm hearing. The sun. Let me tell you something. There's something here that is being revealed to you after some sense of change with the death and the rebirth. There's something here that is awakening on the inside of you. There is something here also that has the willingness to want to be set free. I feel like someone also is allowing themselves to be exposed to some form of truth, is also what I'm hearing. I feel like no matter what happens in any form of darkness, darkness has its time and the sun has its time. There's something here about the moon being put in time out and allowing the sun to reveal what really belongs to us, also allowing the sun to expose and show us the way. Okay? We have the Queen of Wands as well as the Five of Cups. Who is this Queen of Wands, Spirit? The Two of Cups, but it fell out in reverse. There's this thing about you needing to deal with things. You need to deal with things that are being exposed that were intended to creep up on you. I feel like something no longer has the potential or ability to creep up on you because you being broken has exposed you to some spiritual gifting of intuition is also what I'm feeling. Something that was meant to break you in some sort of timing was counteracted because of you being broken. There was some significance about you being broken before something else was supposed to break you. Some break was intended purposely. Some crack or something happened before the impact is what I'm hearing. Some crack happened before the impact, and that crack allows something to seep out enough in order for something to go up in it, just to allow some space. I feel like you were supposed to lose a whole lot more than what you were, but because you were hurt before, the impact didn't affect you as much, is what I'm hearing. I feel like some impact really broke you free. Nine of Wands, as well as the Two of Pentacles. Your priorities changed. What you set boundaries on, I feel like you calling bullshit on a lot of things. I feel like you also are setting up a lot of boundaries. I feel like something is also watching and waiting for you to give up, for you to end it all, for you to come into some sort of Ten of Wands energy, where you are holding back on yourself and not allowing yourself to get into what I'm hearing, this Empress energy as well. Something here is intended to cause you to be in the space of overburden. I feel like if you hadn't awoken to what you needed to awaken to, you would be in a space where you would be caught off guard. I feel like with you allowing yourself to surrender and become this thing that you needed to become because you connected yourself to some people that helped you change the trajectory and course of where you needed to go to, nothing is going to catch you off guard because you connecting yourself to a space, you connecting yourself to a tribe has allowed you to become into a space where you are stepping into some form of power. Something has changed about you. We have the moon. Nothing is sneaking up on you. Some energy that would have caught you off guard, you now see coming with the nine of Wands. You see it coming. And with the Two of Wands, Two of Coins, excuse me, you know how to relegate the moon energy. You control what is being revealed with this particular energy. What I'm hearing is you were born in the moonlight, you walk in the moonlight. And when you walk in the moonlight, your eyes are attuned to darkness. You know how, your eyes know how to adjust to the sun as well as to the moon. Seven of Cups. As I said, nothing is getting past you. Queen of Swords, as well as the Six of Swords. Nothing is getting past you. There's this strong connectivity to mental intelligence as well as to things that are hidden. You are very skilled. You are very, somebody's intuition is popping. Do you hear me? Somebody's intuition has become very strong over time. after listening to different tarot readings, but not only taking those tarot readings and listening to them, but taking some form of advice that you have received from them and using it to attune and adjust your life in a manner where you can move into a space where nothing is hidden from you. You see some things coming before they actually come, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Break free. Shit. With the death, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Change happens when you move forward. Change happens when you move forward, when you make a decision. Six of Swords is a decision to move forward in a manner of peace, in a manner of things that will be reciprocal, in a manner and things that would edify you. Because let me tell you something. To be in some Six of Swords energy, you came through some stuff. That does not mean that opposition is not going to follow you. That does not mean that opposition is not going to meet you where you decide to go. But there's something here about you needing to move on no matter what variable happens in your life, that you also need to accept that some changes just happen, and you need to be in the space where you're able to flow with that. That does not mean that you don't feel what you need to feel. That does not mean that you don't allow yourself to be in a space where you do whatever you need to do in order to survive, in order to move forward. But there is some form of acceptance, some form of surrender that needs to happen in order for you to obtain something that really truly belongs to you. What else, Spirit? And then 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Something happens when you decide to accept change. I feel like things present themselves to you. I feel like things become more than what you expected. There's something here about allowing something to die in order for it to be reborn. The death of a thing becomes many things, from what I'm hearing. From some sort of change, many different things can also grow. There's something here also about you being able to be accessed and you being able to be available to be many things to many different people, whether you do it or not, is also what I'm feeling with this energy. But you guys, that was the reading. I wasn't able to read any of those comments or anything like that because I was stuck. But I am very here. And I am very present for the changes within the soul tribe that I feel has happened. Because let me tell y'all something. These readings, as of late, even the personal ones that I have done, from what I'm gathering, Pisces, you're in a space of what I would consider focused. You're in a space of taking those things that matter to you the most and you're running with it. You have your boundaries. You are holding close to your heart what is significant and important to you. And you are not allowing anything to stand up in opposition against that. I am here for all of that, those kind of energies. Okay. My goodness, what's up, you guys? Like, I'm finally looking up at the camera and I'm kind of reading through and I'm seeing some things. I'm so glad that these energies and the readings as of late has been resonating with you. But like, I feel like now we're gonna flip it and reverse it. I feel like a lot of the things that people projected a lot of the previous traumatic experiences that a lot of Pisces have gone through, that you have experienced. You're now in spaces where you're beginning to see the benefit of that. Because like I feel like a lot of people were wondering, okay, every time I do this, something happens, or every time I do something this over here, this happens. But there's something about you that you kept on going. You kept on going. There's something here about the analogy that I used the other day about the tortoise and the hare. I feel like a lot of people seemingly had the advantage, because let's be honest, the hare had the advantage all along. And if the hare was smart, the hare would have just ran the race and just won, and he just would have did that. But the thing about it is the hare got cocky. Okay, the hare got cocky, and the hare thought that, oh, you know what, I can chill right here by the finish line. I can take a nap. I can go to sleep. I can go to sleep. There's something here about things happening when other people sleep, or things happening while you sleep. The hare fell asleep. Okay, the hare fell asleep, and lo and behold, the tortoise. Okay, we don't know what this tortoise has gone through. We don't know how long the hare was asleep. The hare thought he could take a nap, and that he would run away. Let me tell you something. The hare woke up, okay? The hare woke up, and he saw the tortoise getting ready to cross the finish line. And then he looked up. I can imagine this hare running as fast as he possibly could, because the embarrassment of you losing, not only losing, but losing to something that is on the opposite spectrum of the speed that you run. How embarrassing. I could have won this race 5 hours ago if I got past myself. If I would have got out of my cockiness, if I would have gotten out of myself and understood what I could have won if I was paying. If you want to be somebody, ha! If you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. There's some significance about you being woke while people sleep, about you being working while people sleep. Do things while people aren't looking. And while they're woke, you sleep. Because there's something about time standing still while you sleep. While others are asleep, you are supposed to do the work, because there's something hidden, something that needs to be hidden about what it is you are doing. There's something here about shutting the fuck up. And that's why I got to where I got to where I got to, because I shut up. I didn't say a mumbling word, because I realized the people that were really supposed to have my back, the people who really said that they supported me, did not support me. They did not support me. But I could not succumb to some emotional thing about, oh, the people supposed to love me, and oh, they were supposed to do. That's a waste of time, because the time that I put into that, I could be putting into some action in order to make some things happen. What I'm saying is, and I don't ignore bullshit, even my own bullshit. I address my own bullshit. Somebody asked me my go-to, what do I need to do? Where do you go to decompress? This is gonna sound taboo as fuck. I go within. I go within. I am the only person that I can be myself with. Do you hear me? I am the only person that I can be myself with. And if I can't be myself to myself, then who am I? If I don't gain some form of introspection, because I have to, because somebody also outside of the spiritual thing, I still reside in the spiritual thing. Like I have accepted, I have surrendered myself to the fact that that's the part of my life that sits more forefront and that is more core for me. I don't ask permission to be that. I don't ask people to accept it. I just be that. And you can either go with it or not, but that's not going to stop me from being me. I've allowed myself to be in a space where I accept everyone's perspective. You having your perspective about or point of view about something does not change my perspective and my point of view about it. I can see your perspective, I can take it in, but not make it part of my life. That's agreeing to disagree respectfully. I respectfully agree to disagree because I'm not going to take what you said. I respect what you said, but there's no need for me to be like, oh, I ain't trying to vibe with that. I respect your perspective, your point of view, but I'm going to do also what I need to do. So, one random thing about me, um, and Blue knows this. Ah, it's weird even saying this sometimes. Okay, outside of the tarot, and I'll actually even do something for you guys here, because like it's one of my favorite things to do. Um, I am a poet. This is the hobby. Like, well, it's not a hobby. It's actually something that I can actually get revenue from. But I'm a poet. I'm also a music artist. I will be releasing me. I will be releasing more music next month. I also, in my solace, in my private time, because it's done. I can speak about it now because it's done. I recorded a music video for this project as well. Um, Let me tell y'all something. I am nervous. I am, because I've been out there before. But what I don't want to do in my life is my shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I'm going to put myself out there. And I'm going to receive what is meant for me to receive from that. I hope that you all can take that energy as well. I hope that you all can get out of that, the what if. What I need you to ask yourself that, what if I don't? But when you're finished with the what if I don't, ask yourself the what if I do. What if I do? You better speak, Blue. I'm robbing the graveyard. My dreams are not going to go to the graveyard. My dreams are going to go out into this world, out into what you see. I don't care how outlandish that may look to other people. This was outlandish to other people, and look how it grows. At my count, I believe I'm only supposed to be at 600 subscribers. That was my goal. My goal was 100 subscribers a month. 100 subscribers a month. That was my goal. But I'm releasing more music next month, and I'm putting myself out there, and I will hope that I would have you all support on that, because let me tell you something. What, and this is just how I feel. What I have to offer to the world is something I feel could change the course of what we feel music can be. I feel like there is a space for all of us. But let's see. Okay, so I told you guys I'm a poet, right? Okay. Would you all like to hear something? If you want to hear something, let me see your yeses in the comments. If I could just go for a minute. Let me see your yeses in the comments. If you all give me permission, I'll go. I'll wait. I know I got a little delay. Okay, I see one yes. I see another yes. I see a hell yeah. Okay? Go yeah? Yes, go? Yes, go? Okay. Okay. This is like legit one of my favorite. Now, when my mom liked this, I knew it was litty, okay? When my mom liked this, it wasn't no, oh, I support my. When my mom liked this, I knew it was something, okay? So this is one of my favorite pieces called My Mirror. And My Mirror was originally a song that I was working on. But I sing and I perform in poetic nuances. It's all the floor, like you all say ASMR, which thank you so much. That's so funny. Because in real life, people were like, do you always talk like, yeah, I talk like this all the time. Like I be chilling. Okay, so anyway, my mirror. So my mirror, what my mirror is about. It's from a perspective about temptation, but temptation that you find pleasurable. I mean, because let's be honest, some temptation we find pleasurable, right? But there's something here about a mirror knowing it all. You can't hide anything from a mirror. The mirror. Okay, so listen, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. My mirror knows the truth. I'm standing there for the proof, and I know in my soul, if I see you, I want more. Do you hear my call? Why won't you answer the phone? I know you feel this vibration I'm sending. No, I'm not whispering. But if you were listening, then I wouldn't have to repeat myself. Spread your legs across this bed on these satin sheets. I began to feel you in the palm of my hands, milky in all the right ways, just glistening. Skin moist like the richest shea butter. I think I want you to melt all over me. Drip drop into the mind like the sweetest street symphony. Melodies from a place not quite like heaven, but I need to have you next to me. The best of me, this ecstasy. My mirror knows the truth. I'm standing there for the proof, and I know in my soul, if I see you, I want more. Do you hear my call? The frequency was made for my ears because it pleases me. Intrinsic, captivating sensory, a sway in the rhythm. If I gave you the key to me, would you treasure it with all your other private things? You see, I'm not saying there's mystery, but maybe some allure, because it's charismatic, leaves you in a daze, a foggy haze, a mesmerizing gaze. Maybe not quite clear, but I need to have you near. Like a siren, your voice sends me into hypnosis. See, I want to bend to your nature, give you a little flavor. I want to savor. My mirror knows the truth. I'm standing there for the proof. And I know in my soul, if I see you, I want more. Do you hear my call? Yeah. That's it. That's it. Okay. So yeah, that's my one right there, y'all. That's my one. The way I'm grinning at the damn screen, that just, that just did something to me, I'm just saying. Mm, she quoted a scripture. Quote it for me again, honey. Wait, let me go up to make sure. Let me go up. Leviticus. I'm gonna read this for everyone, okay? Because I like entertaining people sometimes. Leviticus 19:31. This is the New King James Version. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Okay, so my question, Sister Bunny, I'm gonna give you a moment, then I'm gonna keep on going. And if I see your response, then maybe I'll possibly entertain it because I got something for it. I just want you to know that. Was that response intended for what I said? Does that go adversely to Oh yeah, petty Pisces mode is definitely about to be activated. Was that meant to clarify? Was it meant to, like, what was it meant to do, honey? I would love to know, and then I can help educate you. Unless it was just some form of spam or anything like that. Because I'm with everybody else. If you feel that way, why are you here? And as I said, I would defend me, and I would defend all my people at all costs, because let's be very clear. I come in the name, okay? I guide my people. I guide my people as spirit sees fit. Spirit ain't corrected me yet, okay? And no, that's not me being cocky. That's having an awareness. And when you have an awareness to destiny, and when you have an awareness to purpose, you can call bullshit out for what bullshit is, because I can guarantee you bullshit cannot withstand what bullshit caused. Because if you gonna put something down there to try to educate the people, you need to put your intention behind it. And that's why I say be very clear on what it is. No, Blue, you ain't gotta remove a comment. You can leave it in. I read it out loud for everybody. Let's be very clear. Let's be very fucking clear, okay? I come in the name. I come in purpose. If I wasn't supposed to be doing this, I'm pretty sure I'd be smited down right now. But girl, fuck you. Okay? Invitation of water. Okay? And I can guarantee you, you don't want to swim in these waters up in this part. Okay? Because I create hurricanes, honey. I am the tempest. Okay? If you remember when Jesus was out on the waters and the disciples were afraid, even though he had the power to tame the storm, and they also had the power to tame the storm because of who they were with, but because they were afraid, they were afraid to oppose the storm. I am not afraid to stand in opposition of the storm. Do you understand? Need y'all to understand something. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. In order to obtain anything, you must go through him. It's like a prism. It's like a prism. In order for light to become, it first has to go through darkness. You can't go through darkness lest you open your eye and see. Because this won't get you there. It won't get you there. It won't get you there. Okay? It will not get you there. All right. See, you guys? You see what I'm saying? I'm not, and guess what? I'm not even irritated. I am not irritated. I am not bothered. But if I'm going to check you, I'm going to check you. And as I said, like, if you're going to put something here, I'm going to teach it. Let me tell you something. You can quote Bible scriptures down to me, to the nitty gritty. You can tell me what stand in opposition. You can tell me about this, and you can tell me about that. Lest God himself comes from divine and glory. And even I'm going to ask him, who are you? Who are you? I don't know you. But I will know him because that's my homeboy. You see what I'm saying? But like if spirit came down here and told me you need to chill, then I chill. I chill. He'd be like, oh, you need to let them do what they do. No, Jesus was flipping tables over in the synagogue because they were gambling. Because they were gambling in the synagogue. He was flipping over tables. Go read your Bible. Go read your Bible. I'm telling you, you'll holler at the things that Jesus did. He was checking people. He was telling these people, you couldn't even wait for me for a minute? Like, bruh, are you serious? Like you couldn't wait for a minute? Walking through crowds of people, the woman with the issue of blood, she touched him. This man said, who touched me? And the people who was with him was just like, bruh, it's like it's 1,000,001 people in this crowd. Like, what you mean, who touched you? Bruh, I know who touched me, man. Because when somebody touched me, something that belonged to me left. Somebody took something. There's something here about an awareness of about how much you have, what you know you have, and something being taken away from you is what I'm hearing. But I also feel that something is being regained. Something that belongs to you is also what I'm hearing. Should we get into more tarot and then we can go? We can round it up. Because I had about a good strong 6 o'clock in me. We got 15 minutes. Should we go more tarot? Somebody said I'm touched in the head. This grown gay man is too old to be playing with Pokemon cards. Oh, how cute. You're touched in the head, sir. Y'all see this, man? You're way too old to be playing card games. And you way too old to be fucking with me, sir. You see what I'm saying? I'll be gay. I'll be too old, but you too old to function. And let me also help you understand, because I'm about to remove you in a minute. So if you stay here long enough, I can help entertain you. Because I like spammers. I like spammers. Because you are but a worm, sir. You are but a worm. Do you understand me? Go look up what a worm does. You have no significance, no value, no anything. And that's perfectly fine with me. You so lost in life that you let cards decide your future. No. And this is a fine example, because this speaks up. And then I'll remove him, because it's hilarious. But you know what? I'll remove him now. I will remove him now. Okay. Listen, I love things like that. No, I'm not going to ignore him. I'm not going to ignore him. And that's what I told y'all. Like, that's part of the problem. And I love you guys, but that's part of the problem. We ignore things that we need to expose. I am not a passive spiritualist. I've told you all that before. He gone, y'all. He gone. But this is a fine example about opposition coming up against you no matter what you do. Are you going to stand 10 foot to the ground and believe, 10 toes to the ground, and believe in what you believe in and defend that? Or are you going to take yourself and fasten yourself in a position where you're planted like a tree by the rivers of waters, and you shall not be removed? He gone, and I removed him. And that's perfectly fine. I'm aware of what I do. I'm aware of what is revealed. I'm aware of what is exposed, and I'm aware of what is true as well. I know that I changed the course of a lot of people's lives. I know that I have helped a lot of people. I have people who will comment and tell you that, if I wanted to put that, but that's a personal thing to me. I don't need people to validate what I do. When you do what you do, you stand determined no matter the opposition. And that's the kind of nature that I want to help foster and create into those who say that they want to follow me, or who say that they want to learn from me, or who say that they want to watch me. No, fuck that. I'm going to present you, and I'm going to hit you head on. You ain't got no time to be passive. Passivity gets you nowhere. I'm just as determined as the people who we consider are out in the world, in the spiritual. I would not let any opposition stand up against me, period. The High Priestess. I will not let any opposition stand up against me, knowing or unknowingly. There's this sense of needing to be something hidden, as well as being that on the forefront. I feel the Hierophant energy here as well. We have the Justice here, as well as the Lovers here as well. I feel like there's a love here that's happening so deep on the inside that it is beginning to balance out some things that were off kilter. I feel like some form of karma is also coming in because you've also chose yourself first, is also what I'm feeling. There's also something here about you needing to set yourself free because something is too much weight off to one side. And with you taking this weight off, it will properly temper and measure things how they're supposed to be measured. There's something here about things being fair, about things being tipped in your favor. Some sort of truth is also about to be revealed to somebody about what things are hidden in the dark. Some form of secrets here happening as well. Yes, I am. Yes. Okay. Let's keep it forward and keep it moving on. Excuse me. Give me 1 second, you guys. This is getting so old. All right. Hey, Blue, for a second, if you can, I made you a moderator. So, like, if you see something wild, if you see something crazy, you can remove it. I'm about to put my mind back into this. What is most important? Change the energy. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Three of Wands, okay? We have the Moon. We also have the Seven of Swords. I feel like some sort of truth is coming back to you. Some sort of truth is also about to be revealed. I feel like this was something that was intended to come back to you after some sort of change. Because I feel like in the moment, if this truth was revealed to you, you possibly would have snapped, is what I'm feeling. There's something here with the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There's something here about you being more emotionally mature at this time. There's also something about you here about something also being returned to you now because you've put yourself in a space where you tempered some emotions. There's something here about something you can handle now. We have the Fool. Something is starting over for you. Something is starting over for you because of something that you also relinquished and you let go. I feel like with you stepping into this energy where you're ready to conquer some sense of journey, move off into some space where you're wanting to start over, despite the trouble, despite opposition. I feel like somebody knows a shitstorm lies ahead of them, but because of the things that you've gone through before, this has put you in a position where you're ready to handle what is ahead of you. Two of Swords. There was a decision to start over. I feel like at this present time, you're also blocking off any sort of traumas that you've dealt with. I feel like there's also people who want to come back in your energy to put you in a space where some traumas that you have dealt with spark back up. I feel like you also made a decision to turn off all approaches. Like, I don't feel like you're doing it in a mean way. I feel like you're doing it in such a way where you're able to turn someone down in love and kindness, but also continue in a path where no feelings are hurt, there is no harm, but your focus is where your focus needs to be. We have the Ace of Cups. And we also have the Hierophant. There's something here about an offer being extended to you because you're only willing to take it from that space. That it coming from the divine. We do have the Devil at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you need to properly discern where some sort of offer comes from. because I feel like any sort of energy can be attached to it, but there's something here about you being able to discern what offer you are supposed to take. I feel like multiple offers are going to be coming your way as well. I feel like there was some form of illusion that was meant to cause some confusion with what offers you choose to take as well. But some sort of intuition at this present time is very significant in which direction you choose to take. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like something also is passing over you. I feel like you did make the right decision, but I also feel like you have your spirit team guiding you through some sort of decision, giving you subtle nudges on what to invest in, what you should put your time and your energy into. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I'm feeling very strong spiritual connections guiding you on how to harvest what you've planted, what you've invested in. With the World at the bottom, with the World coming out, there's something here about some form of waiting also being over with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like offers are being extended to you. I feel like new forms of things inspiring are watching. Are coming in for you. I feel like a lot of people are also watching you who have some newfound sense of love for you because of what you do now. Because of endings, I feel like people are beginning to see the value in what you were working on, what you were waiting for. I feel like you also have people in your energy attached to you who had some belief that you couldn't do what you set off to do, that you couldn't do what you really wanted to do. I feel like a lot of people with time and patience are being proven wrong here. With the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck now, there's some sense of something being very fulfilling here for you at the ending of a thing. After waiting for a thing, I feel like somebody also here has been waiting your turn. You've been waiting some time for your turn. The Hierophant. Something here is divinely inspired. I feel like some form of ending, some form of what people are seeing is meant for them to see it. I feel like also a lot of people are learning a lot of lessons through endings, through cycles. I feel like a lot of people are also learning their purpose in setting some form of boundaries after some endings. I feel like you're also some form of spiritualist here as well, especially with the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Empress. There's something here about you taking your place. Something being sought after. You're something worth looking for as well. I feel like you're also in a space where you're waiting for what belongs to you. You're waiting for something to return to you. And you're positioning yourself in such a manner that nothing else can impede on that. You are the first thing that it will see when it comes to the gate, when it approaches you as well. With the Six of Cups, something is returning to you. Somebody also wants to speak up to you about some form fond of love or something that was very significant to you all when you were children. The Six of Cups to the Queen of Swords to the King of Pentacles. Somebody here who is in some very grounded energy. Somebody here who is very stable, somebody who knows how to hold back. Someone's been holding back some form of truth from you as well. And like, I feel like this person is finally coming to a space in life where they are wanting to reveal to you what needs to be revealed to you. There was something here about things taking their time, their significance and patience. Something had to grow over time. Something had to mature over time. I'm getting a sense of grapes with wine, turning grapes into wine. In order for wine to have the taste, they have to ferment correctly is what I'm hearing. They have to be in a right degree. They have to be in a right temperature in order for them to become flavorful in the manner in which they are supposed to be. It takes time for a Chardonnay to become a Chardonnay. It takes time for a Sauvignon Sauvignon Blanc to become a Sauvignon Blanc. There's something here about time. There's also something here about your worth with time as well. I feel like with time, you only get better, is also what I'm hearing. Four of Wands with the Eight of Cups. I feel like you are turning your back turning your back on a lot of celebrations. A lot of people, a lot of things that people find a lot of significance in, you don't. I feel like a lot of things that people find worth celebrating, you don't. There's also some sense of here as well as people, someone feeling, or many people feeling left out as they're feeling left out after some sort of milestone that you achieved. This could be anything from graduating. This could be you becoming some sort of content creator here as well. I feel like some sort of milestone is achieved, and someone is feeling left out. I feel like this is their own doing as well. I feel like someone also lacked a lot of emotion. Six of Wands. Someone here in your energy is feeling very left out, is what I'm hearing. Feeling like they want to be able to celebrate with you, but I feel like you don't want to be bothered with this person. I feel like this is also somebody who's been watching you check bullet points off. Do you reach goals? You reach milestones? I feel like this is also somebody you possibly had a conversation with about the things that you wanted to do. I feel like this is also that same person who didn't believe in what you could do. And now that they see you doing what they could do, there's some form of disappointment with them not having some belief in you that you could accomplish what you accomplished that you could accomplish. I feel like somebody was left out because they didn't believe in you. With the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody did not believe in you, and boy, oh boy, were they proven wrong. With time and patience, they were proven wrong. And that wasn't even your trajectory. I feel like this wasn't even someone's path. I feel like someone's path was just doing what they feel like they needed to do in order to maintain, in order to survive, in order to become. And like, I feel like with your becoming, you are proving a lot of people wrong. You are also teaching people to have some sort of faith in order to believe in something that's something that's more than just tangible, is what I'm hearing. What else? Okay. The Magician and the Lovers. I feel like somebody here is loving what you're creating. I feel like there's also some sort of access that happens in you being able to create when you change the perspective of how you create and what you love, what you choose to love as well. With the Tower and the Temperance, change. I feel like some change, you chose to surrender. With the Magician, to the Lovers, to the Tower, to the Temperance, to the Two of Wands now at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there was a point of time where you had an option. There was time for you to choose what you would do. And I feel like at a moment, at some point or present time, you chose yourself. You chose to love on you. But not only did you choose to love on you, you chose to go through the necessary changes that you needed to go through in order to become what you needed to become, in order to move forward with manifesting some kind of creation, some kind of desire, some form of wish fulfillment, to put yourself in a space where you can heal, where you can also grow from what you created, is what I'm feeling. Okay, you guys, that was the reading. I hope that it resonated with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you were able to take something from it that you can use. Pisces Soul Tribe, if there's anything that you need from me, of course, you can find those details down below in the description box. I also want to thank you all for sticking it out with me, for being a guard, being a shield, also being a buckler as well. I honor you all's likes. I honor you all subscribing. I honor you all's comments. I honor you all's story. And as I said before, if there's anything that you need from me that is reasonable, okay, just reach out and we can figure something out. Guys, thank you so much. And I hope that you conquer the rest of this day. Bye, guys.